Hey, folks. Larry Rolla here. Let me bring my friends on. There's Eddie and there's Joe.
Hey, hello, everybody.
Oh,
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Anthony may not come on. His sister not doing well. Sister had a stroke, and
He had a stroke.
his sister,
Oh, God.
and she's not doing well. And
Oh,
down to Florida to stay with her.
It's too bad.
I don't know if Ron's coming on or not.
No, Ron can't make it tonight.
All right. Well, I sent him a link anyway.
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
you're tired, Larry. You sound tired today.
I was up all night. I once I start writing, I'm adding different scenes to the movie,
Yeah, it's tough.
and from the book, like the scene I just added,
Yeah.
it's going to be attached to page 73, the Barney Cutler scene, and in fact, how it happened is when they own a big gun store, big shooting range, gun store. They have, oh God, a place as big as Walmart's, and two Jewish guys own it, and they're very good friends with my cousin. So when I went to pick up the gun, we start talking, and I said, listen, we were talking about the movie and everything. And I said to them, I said that I'm shooting this one video right in January, just a 5-minute thing. It's going to be like a visual synopsis.
Trailer.
Yeah, like a little trailer, but it's just going to be one scene. And so we were talking about that. And the one guy says, geez, I always wanted to be in a movie. I wish I could be in a movie. So I said, listen, if I make this movie myself, which I think I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to raise the money myself and make the movie. Well, I need a couple of million. My friend, I just talked with him yesterday. He's coming over the house, and he already made about 7-8 movies. He just finished one. And he said for a couple of million, he could make a movie to make it look like a $20 million movie. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I told the Jewish guys that own the gun place, I says, look, if I make the movie myself, I says, I'll extend the part where I was betting with two people. I was betting with Cabert and Barney Cutler. Barney Cutler was an old Meyer Lansky guy, and he retired up in Monticello, and he takes the action up there.
I think I remember him.
Yeah, they had the club, right? He had the club in Monticello.
No, that was Marty Pearl had the club in Monticello. He was Jewish too, but Barney Cutler basically stayed by himself. Jerry Silverman introduced me to him. Jerry was betting with him.
Yeah.
He was
a little guy with glasses.
Yeah.
I know him.
And so he. So anyway, I just extended the part where when I come back from Florida, and Cabert's guy picks me up at the airport. Now I owe each of them $360,000. So when he picked me up at the airport, he says, Cabert's guy Sammy says to me, "You want to go home, get the money? The boss is waiting for you." I says, "I have no money." And he says, "Well, you got a problem now." Anyway, I go down. I make a deal with Cabert. That's the scene we're going to shoot when me and Sammy the next morning walk into the coffee shop, and he's sitting at a table. And the scene in real life, it happened in the coffee shop. But then they walked me out to the Atlantic Highlands, the pier there. And they put me in a boat and they take me out in the ocean. But to make that I'd have it's just too much. I'd have to get a boat. It's winter. So I'll just make it here. They're gonna change everything anyway if they do it, and if I do it, it makes no difference. So now the next day after I make the deal with him, the next day I have to go back to Monticello and talk to Barney and make the same deal with him.
Didn't the girl make the deal with him the first time?
Yeah, I have to. Well, I got a hold of. Well, the girl Gina lived right in the same complex with him, and she was always making the payments for me because I was all over the place, and she was making the payments for me with him, and he was, and then it got to the point where she would go in there, make him breakfast, make him lunch, and they become like father and daughter. So, and I really never had a problem with him. And when I went to make the deal with him, he says, he was always trying to get me to stop. He says, Larry, you have to stop. You have to stop. And I didn't want to hear it. When you have an addiction, you have a problem. You don't want to hear nobody.
No.
Yeah, okay, Bonnie. Okay, Bonnie. In the meantime, you're getting your money every week. I'm all right. I know what I'm doing. He says, you got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop. So anyway, I go make the deal with him. And then he started to give me a lecture. But I took Gina with me, and I says, this is because he knew I was away. I was betting with him the same thing like a Burke. So when I came back, I made the first deal with Gilbert, and the next morning I went to see him with Gina. And we had breakfast together, and I was talking with him. And he started, I told you, you're going to get yourself jammed up. Now what are you going to do? You owe me $370,000. What are you going to do? I said, Barney, please. Here's the deal I made with, I owe another guy money. The deal I made was he's going to make whatever I owe him a Shylock loan, and I'll do the same with you. He says, do I got a choice? Anyway, so that was that. So I leave. And so the part I'm extending for these two Jewish guys that own the drugstore, that own the gun shop, is I'm making the that the next day. So the next day, Gina goes over to him, and she goes there and makes him breakfast every morning because he's like in his early 80s, late 70s time. And she makes him breakfast, and she tells him, she says, he started the lecture. You got to tell him to stop. You got to tell him to stop. If he stops, we can be even, but he got to stop. He got to stop. And Gina told him the truth that, he also bets with another guy. He says, well, he mentioned that yesterday. He says, well, he bets the same thing. 20,000 a game. He says, so every game he's really betting 40,000. And anyway, she told him the whole thing. And she says, when he come back, now he owes you 360, he owes him 360. Now we got to come up with almost 15,000 a week in VIG. So Barney, according to Gina, says, what is he, fucking nuts? What, how the fuck's he going to do that? So anyway, she says, is there anything you can do to help him? Now what I just said is made up. I just made that up because Barney never said nothing. Barney just says, I told him to stop. He'll learn his fucking, I told him to stop. Next time he comes up here, So anyway, Gina says, and this was make-believe. This is what I just started writing. Gina says, is there anything that you could do to help him? Because the deal he made, there's no way that he can come up with 15,000 a week in VIG. And he says, I'll see what I could do. So the scene I wrote now for the two Jewish guys is, I should have printed it out, that 2 days later, I get a knock on my door, and it's two guys. Their name is Mark and Eli, E-L-I. And they knock on my door. They says, Barney sent us down to have a talk with you. So I let him in, and this is the part that they're playing. They'll be all excited about this. And he said, Bonnie sent us down to have a talk with you. He understands that you have a lot of moving parts in your life right now. And we could help you get rid of some of them. And then I say, well, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. And he says, we could eliminate that Cabert thing or something like that. But I have it written out nice. It took me all fucking night to do it, but I'm fucking it all up now. So anyway, I wind up telling him this guy's crazy. He says it's just don't worry about it. We do what we do, and this and that and everything else. But in real life, Meyer Lansky was still alive at the time. He was down in Florida, and there was a Genovese guy. I forget his name, but he was with them. They were still doing a little action, and I don't know if Bonnie was kicking up to them or not, but this was in 72, 73. They were still they were still alive, but that's the story I just made up. So I'm just gonna, at the end I just say I'll go see Bonnie, and I'm just gonna tell Bonnie that I don't want to start a blood war. I don't want to start nothing. I'll figure out a way how to do it, and I'll end it right there. But at least these two Jewish guys will have a part. I wrote a nice little part for both of them, telling me that we could eliminate this problem and this. Now, when the guy's a madman, he's that's what we do. We fix things, all that kind of bullshit, in mob talk. But because the Jewish mob, they I didn't put no curse words in there because these guys, I think there's Saditic Jews or whatever you call that. So
Hasidic Jews, yeah.
I don't even curse in that, but they have their holiday for another week or whatever it is, and then we're gonna go out. They want to take me out to dinner to some kosher place. They said it was the best place. They're really nice guys, and they're good guys. And you know who they're partners with in a piece of a whole thing on Jersey Shore? That guy that's married to Trump's daughter, Kushner or something like that.
Yeah, Jared Kushner.
It's his father. They're partners with in the whole. They got a lot of money. And maybe they'll put up the money. I'll talk to them.
Jared Kushner.
Yeah, Jared. His father. Father. They own the whole sea. I don't know, the seashore.
Very, very, very wealthy people.
Yeah. So that's it.
That's me and you, Joe.
Yeah.
Very wealthy people.
I wish you guys were. I wish Joe was around here, because right now I got a guy, and I'll tell you who it is. He's an ex-detective. His name is Vito. I called him up because I was going through my phone, all my contacts, and I said, because the main guy, the guy that has all the parts, the guy that has the part, because the scene I'm shooting, the guy that has the most words is Cabert, and then this is when I first come back from Florida. I go see him, and we walk in, and he's sitting at the table with his two henchmen there, and he looks up and he says, "Oh, well, welcome back. Florida was good to you, but now that you're back, I got to ask you a question. How could you do what you did? You know me. You know who I am. You know what I do. What the fuck were you thinking? For more than a year, we never had a problem. There ain't nothing you could have come to me with that we couldn't work out, but instead you pulled a scumbag move. You left town and took a shot at me. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Now you owe me $360,000 that you don't have. I don't know why Sammy let you go this far, but he did. That's on him. You went there, and that's on you. As he's saying that's on you, he's pulling a gun out, his things. He's pulling a gun out, and he just keeps it in his hand. He puts it on the table. And then he says, that's when he says, I don't know why Sammy let you go this far, but he did. You went this far, and that's on you. As he has the gun in his hand, he says, there ain't one motherfucker that took a shot at me that's alive today. Now you tell me why I shouldn't blow your fucking head off and put you in a bucket of cement and throw you in the ocean. And then I'm standing there. I got to get some kid to play me. I'm standing there, and I just say, because I can pay. You're right. I ran out of cash and I took a shot, but I can pay. And then Kabert looks away from me and looks at Sammy like in a laughing way, laughing like he says, you hear this fucking kid? You hear what he's saying? And then Sammy, that's the only talking part. And the only thing Sammy says is, yeah, I heard what he said, boss. He says, but I just tell you this, he always showed up. We got more than $1 million of his money, and he always showed up and was never late. He's in big action and controls a lot of races at the tracks around here. So when he says he can pay, I believe him. And then Kabert turns to me, and that's the only other speaking part. He says, okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Today you get a pass. The pass is for showing up. But as far as the 360 goes that you owe me, I'm going to make it a Shylock loan. 2 points a week until you get my 360. You understand what I'm saying? My part. I understand. Got 7,200 VIG every week till you get my 360. You miss 1 week and you won't have to worry about anything after that. I understand. And then the voiceover comes and it says, this sets in motion the true story of one man's ride through the tinted world of horse racing, a world riddled with greed, corruption, celebrities, drugs, sex, and a mob. A world of rigged outcomes, all born from one single sit down and one desperate deal. So Kabert needs the part. So now I start going through all the actors that are playing on that TV series Gravesend. They're all my friends, but they all have, every actor has a problem. They all belong to SAG.
Yeah.
According to SAG, they can't do nothing. But in reality, this is so low budget. It really shouldn't affect them. But they're all a little afraid. So then, I says, well, SAG price for the day is, I think, $490. I says, I'll pay you. I only need 1 or 2 guys. I'll pay you. And then I says, you know what? Forget about it. I don't want to get nobody in trouble over a stupid thing. So I start going down my list on the phone, and I'm saying, this guy be perfect, but he died. This guy be perfect, but he lives he lives in California, Florida. This guy be perfect. And then I get all the way down to the V's, all the way down at the end, and there it says Vito. Now Vito is a good friend who was a chief of detectives. He was a cop his whole life. Then he retired being chief of detectives in Hoboken. So I call him up, and I says, Vito, and I told him what I was doing. And I says, you ever interrogate anybody? He says, 1,000,000 times. I says, I'm going to send you the script, see if you can do it. And he loves it. So he's going to do it, but I'm going to meet with him. I'm going to meet with him to make sure that I'm sure he could. But in the meantime, I got a hold of a good friend of my cousin's. And he really looks, even though Vito looks the part too. Vito looks like a mob guy. Vito, but so does this other guy's from Brooklyn. And he's not a mob guy. In fact, he owns a big business, big electrical company, my cousin says. So he showed me a picture of him, and he's the perfect guy. He looks the part. And so he called him on the phone. He's talking to me. I said, geez, that's the guy. So I'm going to probably get him to play Sammy, and then I got to get some kid because this takes place in 1972. So I have to get some kid that's about 30. I was like 30, 32 years old then. I got to get some kid to play me. But all the kids that are 30 years old today, they all have beards and they all shave their heads. And the one that do have hair, they shave the sides. You know,
Who's Sammy?
He did that. You would have been perfect, Joe. You would have been perfect. You talk the right way because they got to have a New York accent, New Jersey accent. And they gotta talk like
Yeah, I know what to talk like.
But you're in 1,500 miles away.
Who's Sammy? You just mentioned Sammy.
Sammy is Cabert's underboss.
Oh, okay.
Little Sammy.
Okay.
Now the only thing I lied about that in the book because 3-4 months into this whole thing from the beginning. I never mentioned Sammy in real life killed somebody and he got caught and he went to jail. So he was in jail and they just put another guy in his place. But I didn't go through all that bullshit. I just kept Sammy.
Yeah.
Because they're probably going to.
It sounds good. It sounds good. It's simple enough to do.
Yeah, I try to make it simple. But you see, if we do the movie, the script that I have is 130 pages. Now I just added another page. And you know that's long. It's like a 2-hour. It's long, and I'm leaving a lot of stuff out. And in the movies today, they want you to have a black, a white, a Puerto Rican, a Chinese, a girl, a boy, a love scene, all the bullshit. And
you got a rabbi in there.
What?
You got a rabbi in there. I could play a rabbi.
No,
yeah, you got the black hat with the curls in it. You look good like that.
Every time I add it, and I have a bunch of stories that elongated for chapters that are in there because every chapter in that book, that's only 10% of my stories. But in each chapter is 10% of that story. It could. So I have stories at it like with Nicky Barnes. I got another that the chapter I have with Nicky Barnes. I could make a movie out of that chapter alone, but it's only one chapter. But and because there's so many things that happen. I mean, each one of these things. It could go on forever. That's why Pledgy wanted to be a TV series. But anyway, I know a couple of guys that do comment. They don't want to hear me talk about this stuff because I talk about it. I must talk about it a lot. But
well, it's all winding down now. Everything's coming to a head.
Yeah. I'm going to make an all-out effort. That's what I'm going to do. I have to as far as the blinkers go. You know, Eddie, you know what I should do? I should get on a plane and I should fly down to Florida where it's hot and everything else and just do everything down there. Because this is fucking bullshit that I got to go out there in 20-degree weather to do what I know is going to work. I mean, and then if I do it or don't do it, who's going to believe I can say anything? Who's going to? They either believe me or they don't. I know. So you know, I tried it myself. I sat on a porch the other day with a heating pad. It had to be 15 degrees out the other day over here, and it worked. It worked for 45 minutes. It kept that one part from really raising the temperature on the one that I didn't have the gel on. Went up to 160 degrees according to the thing on the wire that goes
right the thermostat.
Yeah. And when I hit it with my with this camera here, the thermal camera, it said 140 degrees, and then I lifted the gel up and I put it there, and it was 107. So you know it worked.
Yeah.
So now well, you're the one that told me, Eddie, that girl, Ann O'Brien, whatever, the head of the safety thing, she's the one that said it's moving along good. They gave it
Yeah.
and everything.
Well, they're at that a lot of they're at meetings. They're traveling here, there, and everywhere. But she presented it to a couple of higher ups and said it's moving along. And so I said, okay, that's great. But I tell you, she's moving along on the other stuff that I approached her with, and the track's been beautiful for the last couple of days, which is ironic. But your thing is more important to me anyway. I just
All right, well, I'm just gonna wait to see what she says, because if everything works out, she's gonna give me a letter.
yeah, she said basically
You get a letter, that's good.
the holidays screwing everything up more or less, like everything else.
I'm gonna wait for the letter. If she gives me a letter, then I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna go crazy, because you go to, I call up one university. They said, "What's this all about?" And this and that. We can't do it right now. We have a schedule. Are we doing all the bullshit? And if it's true what Heisa says, that there's no reason why we will not stop this from happening, as long as it don't have a battery or any electric going to it.
Right.
And you can prove that it's not, the gel is non-toxic. And I proved all of that. So why the fuck do I have to go crazy begging these universities to test this and do this and this and this and that? Fuck it. If they give me a letter and it's going to go through all the, look, I did enough. I've been working on this now for 30 years. In the last 6 months, 7 months, it must have cost me, a lot, not a lot of money, but when you spend $15,000-$20,000 on this, and I it's not that I can't go anymore. It's that the next step is not, look, I must have bought 20 sets of blinkers. I send 2 sets of blinkers to the guy from Apex, the guy with the material. I says, match this. All right. And the rest of them I cut up to make samples, to make patterns and everything else. And I still have about 5 or 6 blinkers intact downstairs. I bought all kinds of machines that sealed bags, all kinds of bags, all this, all that, and everything else. And that's fine. So probably it cost me maybe 15, 20,000 I have invested so far. And maybe a little bit more than that. But the next step I can't reach. The next step is to buy these machines. Now the scientist is putting together every machine that he needs. I think he needs 2 machines. Each machine, it'll cost between $10,000 and $20,000. These are the machines that mix everything, that seal everything, that does everything. Then I'm going to need the computerized machine that actually makes the blinkers, punches the holes and everything else. And then I need the sewing machines that can sew the cups on, that sew the blinkers together and everything else. So the next step is hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now I have it all written out, just about what I need, and probably if somebody invested $300,000, it'd probably be enough to cover everything. Well, I don't have that, so I have to look for an investor. And the people that are involved with me, meaning you 2 guys and 2 other guys that are not on with us today, and Freddie Hudson. I mean, everybody's old, retired, not working, and so I'm not going to ask anybody for any one of us for money. I'm going to go to a guy like 2 we have in mind that are worth. One is worth $2 billion, and the other one is worth hundreds of millions. So why do we have to strangle ourselves? I went as far as I could go, and and that's it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go crazy. I asked you, Eddie, 2 weeks ago to ask the guy across the street, if we can bring in there. And then I think he gave you like they're always busy, to this and that and everything. Oh, fuck it. If it don't have to be approved, it's probably if it don't have to be approved, it don't have to be approved. It's like wearing I don't know what else you can, maybe putting a knee boot on that has a little gel in between the leather to make a soft cushion or some bullshit like that. So if it don't have to be approved, then I have all the backups. I have all. You've seen the stuff I sent out. It's referenced for the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah, you got everything mapped out nice.
I'm not going to go crazy with.
Once you get the letter from HISA, it means a lot to an investor.
Yeah.
When they see that it's being approved.
And I'm driving myself crazy now. Now you see here's the other thing. Friday I can't meet you Friday, Eddie. I told you that before.
Thursday.
Okay, Thursday I can meet you. Friday I can't because Friday I'm going.
Friday is gonna rain. It's gonna rain like a cow pissing on flat rock. It's gonna pour Friday. Well, Friday, Saturday the track is shit. Sunday is gonna be shit. So Thursday is gonna be 40-something degrees.
Okay, good. So I'll come down Thursday. I'll come
Thursday.
down.
I'll wait for you. We'll go out after the first break at 7:45, and then we'll come right back and do another one. All right. Because the weather will be perfect.
Question: the horse that you're going to work, or the two horses, whatever, they wear blinkers or open?
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Closed blinkers?
Not full cups. They're cheaters. That's all right. It's full cup they can breeze with. I breeze them without it too, so it's no problem. I just want to make sure that you have I don't care if they're full cup, no cup. Just as long as you got the thing on top of their head and we'll see what happens. That's all.
But they could work with it with open bridle.
Open bridle, everything. Okay. Yeah, I worked the same horse.
I'm gonna bring the one that I brought last time because that already has the sleeve in it.
Yeah.
All the other ones with the sleeves I gave away. I sent one. I gave them away. I only have one left. And one I cut up, and one I sent away. I had the 4 that the girls made me.
Yeah, I figured if Thursday it's going to be like 40-something degrees. It'll be nice. The track will be nice and harrowed at that time, and we can rock and roll. We'll breeze 2 of them.
Because I went as far as I can go, and I'm not going to go crazy. I got too much going on. I got too many projects I'm working on.
And what you could do, and to be honest with you, after we breeze, leave that blinker with me. I'll bring it across to Dr. Piggott, and I'll tell him, try this on a horse, on a thread mill, and see what you think, and I'll explain everything. If you got any literature on it, I could present it to him right there. And I'll get the ball rolling in that direction. See if he can basically, give you some type of.
I want to be there.
Okay.
I want to be there when he does it. I want to be there when he does it. I have the fucking camera. I spent $500, $400 for that camera. It takes pictures. It takes videos. I'm going to do it.
Well, he has that whole freaking thing with the big TV and the horses all wired up and temperatures and, it's a whole different.
Ask him if I could.
Well, when you come Thursday, we'll take a ride over.
All right. Okay.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good. And if you want to make an appointment for the following one, this and the holidays and all the.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Don't forget, a week from Thursday is Christmas already, right?
Yeah.
So Thursday, that's what we'll do. We'll walk across the street and we'll see. I'll have the stuff with me. I'll show.
Yeah, we'll breeze first, and then we'll go across the street. We'll ride over there, and present it to a woman, and and that's it.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Now
Yeah.
then you'll have 3 things in the works, and then Ann will probably contact you after maybe the holidays. I don't know, so.
Yeah. You know what I should do, but yeah, that's what we'll do, because I can't see Ann basically approved it already. Now she's
Yeah.
just waiting to hear back from the vets.
She gave it to, I forget the vet she named. Oh, Jesus. He's the head vet of HISA. I don't know. It's not Palmer. It's not. Well, anyway.
Well, whatever. I should. How could the vet possibly turn it down? How could he possibly? The most he would want to do is do what we're going to do across the street. But anyway, I don't want to. I'll start talking in circles again. That's what happens when I get frustrated. I talk in circles. Okay. Oh, you know what? That guy Mike, that guy that come on incognito with all the disguises. Mike, if you're listening, I got your book. I got it today.
Yeah.
Once upon a time in Tel Aviv, a bank robber's story. There it is.
Wow.
I bought the book. I'm going to read it. And after I read it, this guy's a pretty sharp guy. And I believe he read it. He wrote this all by himself. And you can tell by the way, he's pretty sharp guy. He's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. He's a smart guy and a guy. I can't wait to read it. The only problem is I don't have time to sit down and just read it. I got too many things I got to do. But anyway, I got the book, Mike. I bought it. You know, another thing, I just wanted to see if my book was still available, because it's been on when you put a book on Amazon, after a year or two, they don't sell no more and they just take it off. It's out of print. Mine has still got 5 stars. It's selling like crazy, they said, and I ordered.
That's because of the podcast.
Huh?
A lot of people from the podcast bought that.
You know who's on the podcast now? Nobody. Sundance, Manny. Let's go down the list here. Okay, Sundance says that's Trish. Sundance. She did me a big favor the other day. I had to go to a Christmas party, and she stayed and watched the dog for me. Nice girl. Good kid. Okay. Leave him in. Larry, Joe, Eddie, a quick hello. Good health. Early Merry Christmas to my friends. Joe, talk to a couple of days. You guys, thank you for all your well wishes. Joe's dad improving. I hope Joe's dad improving every day. Yeah, we all do.
Howard.
We all wish you well too. And
he's thinking about us, and he got to take care of himself.
Yeah.
Good guy, Howard.
Okay, Sundance. Hello, Eddie.
Hey, Sundance, what's up, girl?
Sundance says hello, Joe.
Hey.
Sundance. Joe, how's your dad
Sundance?
feeling? How's your dad feeling? Trish wants to know.
He's feeling okay, just a little frustrated.
I think Joe's frozen.
I'm frozen?
No,
Yeah.
Joe's always Joe's.
Oh, there it is.
Well, he must not have a real good high speed, because sometimes the lips are moving, nothing comes out, and then it comes out.
Well, I think he's a ventriloquist.
It's been like that from the beginning for the last 2 years, so I don't know.
And now you tell me?
Anyway, Sundance says, hit the like button, ring the bell. No, you got to hit the like button. Jimmy always tells me, you guys hit the like button, because that does something with the algorithm or whatever it does. Algorithm. Yeah. Manny Cigars. Can I play the role of Larry Rolla in this little clip? No charge. Well, Manny, first of all, you're 6.5 feet tall, so you're too big. but you'd be, if you'd be good. You'd be good, but you're too big because you're going to be towering over everybody that's there, and I'm too big. You got to get a short guy, a shorter guy, somebody like 5'8", 5'7". Okay, no cigar, Manny. So kidding, Manny. Okay, see the same people. It's the same people. It's Sundance and Manny. Sundance, Larry, are you going to play the clip of Buffalo Raceway in the snow? No, I know you sent it to me, but it's so bad. I when I put it up and transferred it over, you can't even make it out. So I'm not going to play it. Okay, Manny Cigars. Big Eddie, what's up? Nothing's up.
The sky.
Sky's up. David Arthur, happy holidays to all. That's right. Happy holidays
Hey,
back
Dave.
to you and to everybody.
Yes, that's it. Merry Christmas.
Okay, Steve Basile. Ain't that the thoroughbred guy, Eddie? Steve?
Yeah, yep.
Good evening, all. Good evening, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Manny Cigars. Hey, David, where is that mask guy? Hey, David, where's the mask guy?
He's robbing a bank.
Okay, let's skip that. The same people. Let's see. Eric, Larry, please explain that surprise Friday show and that the Masked Marvel. This is his book. The book is called Once Upon a Time in Tel Aviv, a Bank Robber's Story. Okay? He called me up and he says to me, he says, I watch your show. He says, I'd appreciate it if you would have me on. I wrote a book while I was in jail. I spent 4 or 5 years in jail. I wrote a book, and I led a very, very interesting life. Has nothing to do with horses, but I think you might find it interesting. And I'm trying to change my life around, and so anyway, I said, look, if there's any way that I could help, in fact, anybody listen, if there's any way that I can help anybody, I will. Now back to this guy. So I told him, I says, if you want to come on, I'll send you a link. And we made a date. He said Friday was good, or whatever day it was, Friday. And I sent him the link, and he come back. He came on 1, 2, 3, and that was it. So what I should have did was I should have read the book first.
Yeah.
And I should have read the book first, and it would have been a more interesting thing. But he just came on. I didn't know nothing about him, and I didn't know what to ask. I know he's hiding his identity for a reason, and I didn't even know if I said, what's the reason? I didn't know. But anyway, I got the book. I'm going to read it. I'll call him back, and we'll see. So that's how that went, Eric. And if you want to come on, Eric, this guy Eric been on every podcast I think since I started. He never misses. He must be a lonely guy, or married, be away from his wife or something. How the fuck could you not miss a show? But he's been on every, and I appreciate it. It's nice, because if people don't come on and hit the like button, I think I get thrown off YouTube. So there must still be enough people watching. I guess, but I have to tell you, it's winding down because it's just too much. It's too much. I'm going to keep it going for a while, and I'm gonna promote the horse thing. In fact, on social media, I'm starting to join all of the, how they ask you to join the horsemen from this place, and I join them all this way. When we put this thing on the market and it's ready to go, I'll use the podcast like Charles Palminteri uses his podcast to promote his cigars and his wines and his restaurants. I'm going to do it for this.
Well, just register with Pollock.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna when this gets done, you're one of my silent partners. So you're gonna as far as that goes, you're You'll handle that part.
You'll handle a
Okay.
polish report.
The ventriloquist, Joe. You look like a ventriloquist with that. No moving lips.
Oh, he's been like that. You just noticed that? It's been like that for 2 years now.
I didn't notice that. I watch a replay once in a while.
Don't do
I
it
never
all the
see
time,
that.
but sometimes it does it.
He's
Okay,
doing it
Dave
now.
says Joe G for Hall of Fame. I won't give up. You got a big fan there, Joe, and he's right. He's right.
Thank
but
you,
it's all-
David.
It's
Thank
all,
you, David.
it's all politics.
It's all political stuff. It's all politics.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it is.
There's people in the Hall of Fame. I'll just talk about trainers now. I better not go there. I better not go there. Okay, Manny Cigars. Ha. That's Eric. That was so funny. They're talking amongst themselves. Manny, is this your horse in the fifth at Yonkers? I heard they canceled the races, I think, in Canada because it was so cold. Good for them. Even though a horse could, I looked that up once a long time ago when I was in Green Mountain.
Yeah.
And I looked it up and I did a bunch of studies. But back then it was hard to get any information. Today you just hit Google or whatever but I found out because that was a concern because I invented something so the air, because naturally everybody knows a horse breathes through their nose. So it would filter, it would not filter, but it would warm the air before it goes into the nostril. But they wouldn't let me use it because nothing could protrude past the horse's nose for the photo finishes.
Right.
So I looked it up and they says that a horse could safely race in temperatures the 10 below zero. After that, it gets a little hairy.
Yeah, that's what I heard. 12 to 15 below.
Okay, Manny Cigars. No, is that horse that Dubé is on? Okay. Philip D. Gaetano. Hey, Eddie, any truth that Rudy Rodriguez is getting suspended?
Well, it's going through a lot of courts. They're trying to investigate him on lack of taking care of the horses, and it's a whole bunch of bullshit. But he's got a good lawyer. Everything seems to be in his favor. Most of the horses that they're saying that he didn't treat properly were claimed, and they were in other trainers' names. There's a grasping, So I don't think he's gonna do anything, get in any trouble.
Okay, let's see. Horses fine. Steve Basile. Horses fine. Same to you and yours. Okay, Larry Rolla. I am going to play your part. Well, you're gonna have to play my part on your knees. I told you, you're too tall. I gotta make it as realistic as I could. This is going to go to two major studios, the biggest in the country, and major people are going to be looking at this, and I have to make it as realistic as I could. Now I'm using all street people, but there's only going to be two people that are going to have to say anything. So that's what I have to concentrate on. Now I have my other friend. The only actor that's going to come is Peter Guarino. He's in all the movies. He's that big muscle, terrorized looking guy. And and I told him, he said, no, I'm coming. So he's going to come down. He's going to sit right next to Gilbert. So that's the only act that I'll have, because he don't give a fuck about SAG or anything else, because what he said is true. They're probably not going to bother nobody, but I didn't want to put. I don't. But he's the only one that's going to come. Okay. Steve, what did you just say? Okay, they're talking amongst themselves. Let's see. Yes, Larry Cat. Let's see. Why is Rudy Rodriguez trainer at the Big M getting suspended? Oh, well, Eddie just answered that, so. Okay, Larry Cox. Merry Christmas, everyone. Same to you and same to everybody out there. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy,
Merry
healthy
Christmas.
New Year. And I
Merry
hope
Christmas, everybody.
okay, let's see what he says. We're going to see Larry on Dragon's Den. What's that? What's Dragon? I don't know what that is. But Larry Cox is another one. He never misses. He never misses a show. Doctor, don't pass 8164. Larry getting old. Better get that script in pronto. Got to move here. Yeah, you're right.
He's telling you it's getting late.
Yeah, it's getting late. That's my song. I haven't played that song in a long time. It's getting late. Okay, Gene Leslie. A lot of bullshit for Fugazi race fixing in the late 1960s and 70s at the round robin across from Monticello. Dinah and Sneaky Pete, the topless joint by. Oh, this guy! I gotta know this guy. This guy knows everything.
There's a picture of him right there.
Yeah, Gene Leslie R6Y, whatever that means. A lot of bullshit for Fugazi race fixing in late 60s and 70s at the round robin across from Monticello. Dinah and Speak Pete's the topless joint by White Lake. Okay, David Arthur, 300,000 investment. What will these blinkers each sell for? The blinkers. I'm gonna wind up making them myself. They're gonna be. I got the material that's completely non-toxic. No, all the material that I'm getting from Apex is, and they're one of the only companies that sell this material. That's. Let me see if I could do this. Let's see. You see this company right here? This is the company that they text all the materials,
Textiles, fabrics.
hospitals, yeah, and that's it. So the bottom line is this: the blinkers that are going to be made by us are going to be the best blinkers out there. They're going to be completely toxic free. They're going to be non-heat absorbing. They're going to reflect all heat and sun rays, and they're going to be infused with the gel. I already have all the numbers worked out, and if we go ahead with this, I could probably sell the blinkers with no problem for $200 right now. The good set of blinkers right now. You guys were both of you. No, Eddie took me to the tack shop, and what they charged me $85 for the blinkers.
Yeah, and they're garbage.
So plain set of blinkers now cost probably $60, $70, $80 depending on where you go. So I could probably get I could probably sell them wholesale. And I don't even know if I want to do that. I might just want to be the only one that everybody got to buy them from me, and I could sell them for $200. If I sell them for $150, the profit is going to be unbelievable because I'll be making everything myself after the initial.
You got to hook up with like a Big D's or something like that.
I don't even know if I want to do that. I don't know. I think it's better just look. If you want to buy a new Ford, you got to go to a Ford dealership. That's it. If you want to buy these blinkers, that's it. I have the logo. I have everything. So that's it. You want to buy the blinkers? You gotta go through me. No other
Yeah, I
shop.
got the main source. That's all.
Yeah, then I got to figure out a wholesale price, and then there'll be two, three different prices out there. This way, you want to buy them, you buy them from me. That's it. They're the best blinkers. They're the best blinkers, and I hooked up with this company, and they just came the other day that they make the only cups that are made in the USA, in the United States. And I bought the French cups, half cups, full cups. I got everything just to see what kind of,
See what your cup of tea is.
yeah, and they're perfect. They're really good. So
No, you don't have a D cup.
that's so anyway, I think the 300,000 investment will cover everything. And if I sell the blinkers it'll either be 150 or 200. I think I'm sure probably 150 is still going to make a very, very big profit. And there's a lot of horses out there. I think there's 50,000 horses that race every. I don't know. It's just a lot of horses. I did.
Don't forget Polo and all of these.
Yeah,
You know,
I
other
did all the
horses.
numbers. It's going to be modestly. The company will make between $5 and $10 million a year. That's what I figured out in the projections I did for the investor. So minimums, just even if you stick to 5 million a year. So it's a multi-million-dollar company, and it's going to be owned by us, except the fact that we're going to have to give half of it away for whoever puts up the 300,000. Whoever comes up with that, that's it. This is you put up the money. I already did all of this. This is what we're going to need, and that's it. So we have two heavyweights involved. That not involved, but thinking of going to, and that's it. And if it can't get done with either one of these two, maybe I'll just start just like I'm going to try to fund my movie. Just look for investors. Who knows? I don't know. That's 2 steps ahead. I got to go one step at a time. Okay, let's go. Greetings and salutations to the Bay State. Hope you are all doing well.
Okay, you too.
Bombs away, Bob 3.
That's my Rockingham man.
Steve Basile, he's robbing a bank. Good one, Joe. Eric, Larry, I missed many shows and I'm not lonely. Happily married to a wonderful Christian woman. Never, ever alone with Jesus. Okay. Every time I open my fucking mouth, I put my foot every time, no matter what I said. I never forget that. And I know this ever since I was a kid. I never forget the time I was in a barn. That's when I first got thrown out of New York. I didn't know where to go. I brought my horse to a farm. I forget the name of the farm. It was a pretty popular farm. And they had indoor stalls. And I'm standing at the end of the stall. I had a horse on the cross ties in the middle, and it was blacktop, and I had the cross ties, and he was standing there, and I'm with the owner on one end of the barn, about 30 feet away from where the horse is, and from the other end comes this big guy, like a big football player, and he gets to the horse, and he goes right next to him. He slaps him on the ass, and the horse starts scrambling. And because it's on blacktop, he starts scrambling, and I says to the owner of the farm, I says, "Who the fuck is that retarded fucking moron?" You know what he said? "It's my son." Now, every time I open my mouth, Just to
Well,
let-
you were right. First
yeah,
of all, you
yeah,
could have got
I know,
kicked in the teeth.
you know, I'm lucky he didn't throw me out. Anyway, Eric, I didn't mean nothing by that. It's just that, I
He
just,
was complimenting on your loyalty.
yeah, right.
Oh, you know the saying, Larry, loose lips sink ships.
Yeah. Rudy was suspended today, Eddie. That's what
Was
Michael.
he?
Yeah, that's what it says.
All right.
With win 7 at the Meadowlands Saturday night. Wow.
Mm.
Bombs away. With all the tracks canceling lately, I dug out a book. May the horse be with you. Pack at the track. Pack at the track.
Harvey Peck. Mm.
Harvey Pack tells 30 years of track stories and anecdotes to Peter Fontaine. Funny read. You know, I was talking today with Manny. Manny called me up today. And I told Manny about something that a friend of mine told me that was on YouTube. I'm not going to repeat the story, but most of the horsemen know about the story. But these are things that you just don't talk about. And like I told him, I says, no, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to play it on my podcast. I'm not going to do nothing like that because every trainer, everybody that trains horses has at one time or another did something that they're ashamed of doing, but at the time had to be done. And in most cases, what they did was probably the only thing that they could have done to break the horse out of the habit or to teach the horse not to do. I'll give you an example because I get all tongue-tied. I'll give you one example. You're breaking a horse with the trotters. The trainers with the trotters break their own horses. They break them right at the racetrack, and at farms or whatever. I must have seen what I'm about to tell you probably 4 or 5 times in my life. When I say it, it's going to sound disgusting. It's going to sound terrible, but in every case, it worked. One guy went a little overboard, but it worked. You break a horse, you hook them up to the jog cart. You do everything you can, you do everything right, but some horses are some horses, and they just have a mind of their own, and some of them are very tough. Anyway, horse goes down. They rear up, they kick, they get over the shaft, they do all this stuff. And this happens to everybody. Everybody, it happens all the time. Horse goes down. Okay. Now, depending on if he broke the bike, how it is, some horses, they go down, they jump right back up again. And then you try it again. And if they do the same thing and go down, this is what happened. I've witnessed it 4 or 5 times. I never did it myself. They sit on their head. They sit on their head. They sit on their head for a couple of minutes, and they let them back up. If they do it the 3rd time, they throw themselves down the 3rd time, sit on their head, tie their legs together, and they leave them there for an hour or 2 hours. Just leave them there. In the summertime, I seen one guy go overboard, where he poured a bunch of honey and everything and made the flies. It was a terrible, terrible sight.
That's crazy.
But bad, yeah.
In every case, the horse never went down again. Now I know I'm going to get a million guys. That's not that. There's other ways they could have did it. Now, I'm just telling you what I witnessed through 70 years.
The honey part was overboard.
Yeah, it was. But okay. So anyway, these are the things that when you're a trainer and you're around the horses all the time, and you hear some of these stories, that this guy is great and this guy is this. And like I told Manny today on the phone, everybody has a closet. Everybody did something that they're ashamed of. Some are not too bad. Some are really bad. But and you know, and everybody say, well, you got to take your time, go slower. You didn't have to do that, and this and that, but in the meantime, during this process, you know, it's number one, the horse can hurt themselves badly. Number two, the horse can kill you. The horse can kill you. He can destroy himself, destroy you, and a lot of property. So you gotta break him out of these habits right away. Sometimes it takes a little longer. You have to have more patience. There's guys that might take 3-4 weeks before they line drive them and everything before they even hook them to a jog cart. Is the last one I broke with Don and Dina. We did it in 1 day. 1 day. Was it a ha-hoo? Did we have, you know, we were younger and just jump and leap and, you know, he didn't throw himself. But he, you know, 1 day we did it. The second day the same day he was jogging. So it all depends.
Well, people don't realize that the horses are creatures of habit. Once they're taught something and they're bad actors, they're son of a bitches. They don't come out of it. I mean,
I let them get away with it. They won't come out of it.
No. You know, so sometimes the trainer has to use forceful measurements to break a horse, but not to put honey on him and flies. I mean, that's totally out of the question.
That's what Dr. Fauci would do, something like that.
Yeah. But I mean, I see it every day that when these horses go to the starting gate, they were broke so bad that they're scared of the gate. They back up, they rear up, because that's the way they were broke that way, and they're creatures of habit, and every time they go to that gate, Jesus Christ, you gotta push them, shove them, whip them.
I've probably never been in there. The guy said he did, but
yeah.
All right, Larry Cox, 8439, Dragon's Den TV show. 4 different dragons are investors who bid on people's invention. Inventor asks how much money and royalties you want. I don't know. I never heard of the show.
that's like Shark Tank, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
So Larry Cox, send me more information, because if nothing works, I'll go on Dragon's Den. But I'm sure that I mean a guy. In fact, who the hell called me? Freddie Hudson. Freddie Hudson had. I may even talk with. Maybe I better not say nothing. But I don't think I'll have a problem. I really don't.
Once you get that letter, you got something to stand
Once
on.
you got that leverage with the HISA, you're home free. So that's the main source. Once that is signed, sealed, and delivered, then you go forward.
You got your foot in the door.
I gotta write this down. I gotta write down Dragon's Den.
Dragon's Den. It's like Shark Tank. You ever watch Shark Tank, Larry?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing, I imagine.
Well, we're gonna find out. I'm gonna. Larry Cox. How do I get? How do I get on that show? Where is it at? I got the name of it, but I don't know how to, where it's at.
Just go on Google and just say the thing, and then they'll guide you.
Okay, let's see. Stephen says, yes, Mike. According to Pollock report, Rudy was provisionally suspended. Wow. So he was suspended.
I didn't hear nothing today, really.
Yes, horse racing all over the world.
Yep.
You know what would be great, and the scientist is working on it. What would be great, because according to him, he says this gel will last right around a year. So that means every year it has to be replaced, which is great for me. And if it works, why wouldn't you? I mean, what's it going to cost you? 100, 150 a year just so you don't have to worry about that major problem. But wouldn't it be great if? No, it wouldn't be great. It wouldn't be great. I was going to say if he can invent it so it lasts forever, but then they wouldn't have to reorder it. No, fuck it, leave it the way it is. Okay, let's see. Eddie, Joe, can we hear one of you audition for Bert's role? Now tell me why I shouldn't let the cement dry and throw you the fuck overboard. You know who wants to play it? And we would. Well, this is. I just think he's great. I think he's great. What the hell's his name? The guy who played Gotti in the movie there.
Armando Sante.
Armando Sante, yeah. And he
was my next door neighbor.
Yeah, he still has that farm up there.
Yeah.
He wants to play. He wants to play Gabert, and he just said, we're going to make the.
That's a perfect guy.
A little longer. Yeah, he wants to do it.
So what are you even thinking about then?
Because there's the guy who's going to make the movie. My friend Kevin Donato. He's the guy that I can go to. That I can make for $2 million, make a movie look like $20 million. He already did it about 10, 15 times already. He's going to want to play a part. He looks the part and everything. And he's an actor, and he's good. So whatever I got to give him, but there's
you would have to give like a guy like Asante like the.
I'd have to extend. I'd have to make Bert's part go through the whole movie until the end when I pay him off. But
Armando Sante, when he played Gotti, he played it better than anybody.
Yeah, he's good. He's a nice guy.
He's a very nice guy.
He's a nice guy. He's a regular guy too.
He's a regular guy. He's down to earth. He's good. He'll talk to anybody.
Forget the time. Hope you don't get mad at me for saying this, but we had dinner and he ordered soup. And when you're home and you have soup, nice chicken soup, and then at the end when you're home you pick up the bowl and that's what he did in the restaurant. I couldn't believe it. I was glad he did it because I did it too.
That's the way he is. He's a real guy.
Yeah, he's just a regular knock around guy.
Right. That's the kind of guy you want.
Very, very interesting to talk to.
Very smart guy too.
Yeah, very, very smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
He told me why
he's soft spoken and he's very, very good speaker.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
That's your man, Larry.
Larry, just curious, did you ever happen to be in Hemingway's in Hollywood when Tiny Tim performed there? Tell you a story about Hemingway's.
Tiptoe through the tulips.
I can get myself in trouble with this story. I can tell you Hemingway's.
Okay, you got yourself in trouble with all your stories.
Hemingway's was owned by my partner in the Lacage Club in Kissimmee, Florida. And when the Lacage Club closed, his name was Sal Zanzaro. When the Lacage Club closed, he took all the money out and he just disappeared. He went back to Florida because he had a home in Florida and he owned Hemingway's. And the place got raided. They were doing a lot of drug deals there. And the place got raided and he escaped. He's been on the lam up until a couple of years ago. And he just gave himself up after like 30 years. And he says before he dies, he just wants to see his grandkids. He's tired of running and everything else. But I know Hemingway's well. But I never saw Tiny Tim there. But that was Sal Sanzaro. He was a nice guy too. He owned horses. He owned a bunch of horses. He owned a bunch of trotters. That's where I first met him. He was a nice guy. Okay, Stony Tony, Mr. Rolla. Is that the picture of a German Shepherd there? I can't tell.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, hiya, Stony Tony. Okay, Larry, go on TV in front of 4 dragons and say, example, I want $100,000 and $1 royalty for every time a horse races with my hood to buy my invention and patent. What does that mean now? We got to dissect this. Larry, go on TV in front of 4 dragons and say, for example, I want $100,000 and $1 royalty for every time a horse races with my hood to buy my invention and patent. Oh, first of all, when I get done with the insurance companies, it would be great if they made it mandatory that every horse has to race with it.
That would be the home run of home runs.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I went as far as I can go. I have pages and pages. I have this is all of this. I have this 2 big things here. I wish I could turn the camera around and show you. Full of papers and books. I got bookshelves, a bookshelf full of books. For years I kept looking this stuff up, looking up and everything. And it just works. And the reason I didn't get anywhere with it up until now is because I never knew that there was a heat absorbing gel out there. As soon as I found out, I looked right into it. And anyway, that's it. I'm getting to the point where I talk. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about.
That's good.
But Larry, you says go in front of the TV, go on TV. I'll do it. But where are they? On what station? What channel? Tell me where to go, how to go. Okay, that's why every other horse, Larry, is a gelding. That's why every other horse is a gelding. He might be talking about what I said when these horses.
Yeah, the horse is laying down.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. I don't know if, well, there's a lot of reasons why you would geld a horse, but I mean, I don't believe gelding a horse that's just a nasty horse is going to stop that right off the bat. Today they don't have them problems. They don't have them.
Back then it was different.
They're on, they're handled, they're picked up. Years ago they weren't handled the way they are today.
No.
So they don't have that problem no more. But there were a lot of guys that did whatever they had to do to get the job done, and they did it. And anyway, dragons are businessmen who buy people's ideas and use their money and marketing to sell products. Yeah, but Larry, how do I get on the show? Where do I find the show?
Just Google it.
Google it. Dragons and whatever the hell it is. Dragons.
You're good at that stuff. You do it.
I can't do it now. I'm on the phone.
All right, I'm gonna do it right now.
Just Google and then hit the microphone and say dragons and whatever the hell it is.
Okay. Dragons businessmen.
Oh, Dragon's Den.
The terms
Dragon's Den
often describe venture capitalists, such as those on the TV shows Dragon's Den or Shark Tank. These successful investors, like Peter Jones or Deborah Meaden, invest in startups, offering money and guidance in exchange for a share of the company. They evaluate business ideas from aspiring entrepreneurs.
Very good. I'm going to look into that. Thank you, Larry.
See that? Bing, bing, bing. You got
Bing,
it.
bing, bing. Thank you,
Bing.
Larry.
Bada bing, bada bong.
Okay, Sundance says Amon Asante would be great. Amon Asante's a good guy, a really good guy. He's a little old now, but
That's all right. That's your man.
he's good. He's really, really good. I like him a lot.
Man, I didn't know you had that option. Jump on that.
Oh yeah, we gave him the book, we gave him the script. My friend Mitch, who wrote the screenplay with me, he goes up to his house once or twice a week and they're writing scripts together. Amon and him and Mitch. In fact, Mitch is coming here, I think tomorrow or the next day, for something pertaining to my stuff. A lot going on. There's a lot going on. Dragon's Den is a Canadian TV show, same as Shark Tank. Oh, okay. All right. Sundance. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yep. Back to all of you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bad decision makes great stories. Trish she worked for me for a long time. She comes to my house quite a bit now, and she watches my dog for me and everything. And when I come home, like the other night, I came home. It was 10, 11 o'clock. I drove her home, and she's a very smart girl, very, very bright, and has an unbelievable memory. And she's a good kid with a lot of health problems and never ever complains. She's unbelievable. She has a really bad knees and could just about walk, and yet she walks the dog, and she don't have to walk the dog because I have a backyard, a big. But she's just a good kid. Good kid.
You're lucky.
It's terrible when I see her. She comes over and she can't, and she had cancer and the chemo wrecked her. Not all her teeth are missing, all her teeth are gone. She can't hear. It's just terrible. Just terrible. What a good kid. And do anything for you. Very smart. Watch a weekly half-hour show, Dragon's Den. You will be impressed. Okay, I'm going to watch it. Joseph Jackham. I bet many young trotters. They're always breaking, swerving in, out. Greg Pegg should not feel guilty about the incident with Greg Pegg. Let me tell you something about Greg Pegg. He's having a very, very tough time handling that situation and what they did to him. And it's sad. Now I know the stories around that he was abusive and answered back and everything else, but when some people are just born like that, they just but to ruin a guy's whole career.
It's terrible what they did to him.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
And you know something, he's a really good guy. Once you get to know him, he's a really, really good guy.
And he shouldn't. And it was overkill 10 times.
Yeah.
And by the way, he'll be on this Thursday with Ronnie Pierce and Billy O'Donnell and maybe one or two other superstars. So make sure you tune in this coming Thursday. Ron Wren, and I hope, Greg, if you're listening, I hope Ron Wren knows that there's a 3-hour difference, because if he comes on at 8 o'clock, we'll be sleeping here.
Ronnie Pierce
behind us. Ronnie.
What are you Ron Wren for? What are you talking Ron Wren?
Ronnie Pierce, he means.
Yeah, Ronnie Pierce.
Ronnie Wren.
Ron Wren.
My man, Ronnie Wren. Oh, he's the best.
I gave him he was in the paddock, and I gave him a bet. And I says, all right, I'll meet you at the Concord after the race.
Yes.
That one, and I probably had, I don't remember, maybe 10,000 coming. Anyway, naturally, Ronnie Rinn wasn't there. And Ronnie Rinn was a really good guy, a good friend, and funny as hell. One of the funniest guys I know.
Me, Ron, Wynn, and Carl D'Angelillo, we used to hang out together, the three of us.
Yeah, Carl worked for me. Carl calls me all the time. Carl
I
called me,
talk to him.
and he says, "Why don't you have dinner? Let me buy you dinner. I want you to meet my son. Really good looking kid."
Yeah.
And Carl's his wife died. He took that hard too.
Yeah. I was talking to him. Yeah.
Yeah, Carl's a good guy. Carl's a good guy. Anyway, let's see. I bet young trotters there are always breaking, swerving in. Greg Peck should not. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we did that. Well, Merry Christmas, Sundance. That's Stony Tony, Larry Cox. The dragon you hook with at your terms is a multi-million-dollar investor. All right, we'll give him a shot. And uses his marketing company. Okay. But let's see. Yes, Dragon's Den ask people who got inventions who want to be on TV. People are cash strapped and no marketing. Ask for Dragon's help. All right, I'm gonna do it. David Arthur, Greg seems like such a mild-mannered man. He's a mild-mannered guy, very, very smart, very, very sharp, but is having a tough time in life handling. See, guys like me and Joe and Eddie, we can handle a lot. I personally can handle any situation. I adjust to anything instantly, almost instantly.
You have to.
And some people can't. And Greg Peck is one of them guys that he can't get over this. And he's very, 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 I hate to talk about him like this, but he is very, very depressed over what happened to him, because not only can he handle it, but it's something that shouldn't have happened. That makes it 10 times worse when it shouldn't have happened. Both them guys should have got fined $1,000. Nobody got hurt. No big deal. But he's a good guy.
He'll get through it.
And it's terrible when you're middle aged like him, and all you know is horses. That's all you know, and they blackball you over a fucking bullshit thing. It's terrible, and that's why I got put on the terrorist list when I threatened to blow up the building.
Well, that's understandable.
Well, what do you want to be on, the honor roll?
How many times he's going to say, I'll kill that guy? It's a figure of speech. It's a figure of speech. You know.
I know. But you probably said it like September 12th.
In fact, one time when I was a kid, Davey Handel, I think we were driving someplace, a guy, that motherfucker, I'll kill him. And Davey says to me, he says, let me ask you a question. How many guys you kill in your life? I says, none. He says, well, shut the fuck up. Every time you have a situation, you're going to kill the guy. Shut up. You never killed nobody. You probably never will. Shut up. And I don't say that no more. Okay, PM, Larry. I heard the other day trainers are injecting their horses with cobalt instead of epigen because it is harder to detect. Have you guys ever heard of that? These guys are chemists, not horsemen. I think that girl. What was her name? The girl you hook on, Ann? Is that it? They know about it, and
yeah,
they're putting that on top of their list.
Yeah.
I guess
Cobalt's the big thing this thing.
Cobalt. Now you're gonna do might get the electric chair, but they're onto that. They're onto it.
Yeah, they're onto everything, but
Okay, Dragons Market Products take over production and everything. Bring their own people in to sell products all over North America. Okay, Larry Cox, that's all good information. Eric, question: have any on your experience strangles in horses? What exactly has that? I think it was O'Donnell that just said that there's a big epidemic now about strangles in Canada. I think.
Excuse me 1 minute, guys.
Well, you see him. He couldn't even get up.
Yeah.
He takes 30. I better not say it, but I guess.
Yeah. No, he's not. Those pain pills, his back is bad.
He takes 30
Oxys.
30 milligrams 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, the pain must be excruciating to take that much.
Unbelievable.
I'm gonna probably go to sleep, man. I'm falling asleep, man.
All right, wait a minute. Wait till he comes back, and then
No, I ain't gonna get off now. Wait till he comes back. Yeah, we'll work on that. We'll see what happens Thursday. If you can make it, fine. If not, we'll do it Monday or whatever you want.
Thursday will probably be all right.
You said somebody's coming over, the guy.
Friday morning he's coming.
Oh, okay.
My house. We're going to look at the room that I'm renting to do that little.
Okay.
A couple of dragons from USA, I think. Kevin O'Leary is a dragon. He's on Trump's coattails. Is on CC when.
You're back, Joe.
My back, all right.
Larry,
yeah, I know. We couldn't get up.
Upcoming live stream announcement for Thursday's show with special guests listed and start time. Well, Thursday it started at 8 o'clock, and there'll be Ronnie Pierce here, and Billy O'Donnell, and maybe 1 or 2 other people, and we're gonna have some fun.
Ronnie got to come on at 5 o'clock. That means.
Yeah, and I'm sure they straighten it all out. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to end this show now because Eddie wants to go to sleep. So do I. And that's it. I'm just very tired. So we're going to go to sleep. And that's it. You want me to play? I think I'll play that song and end it with a song.
End it with a song.
Wait a minute.
Sing a song of sixpence.
Bombs away.
I would have waited 5 minutes to get up if I knew you ended.
21.
I'm falling asleep.
Both of you guys are falling asleep.
We're gonna. How do I get to my songs? I am so tired I can't even function. Here's my song.
Go ahead. Summer Wind.
Okay. No. The song that they wrote.
It's getting late.
All right, folks. Thank you all for listening in.
Good night. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Healthy, safe.
Yeah.
God bless.
Good night, everybody. That means you're not coming on next week, Eddie.
Who?
You.
Why?
Because we got 2 weeks to Christmas.
No, I'll be there.
Merry Christmas.
Well, early. What can I tell you?
Merry Christmas next week. All right.
I'll do it again next week.
All right, I'll see you. So, Eddie, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you about Thursday.
Yeah. All right, brother.
All right. Good
Take
night.
care, guys. Good night, guys.
Joe, I'll talk to you.
Larry, I'll see you.
All right. Here's a song that was written for me, and it's so true. Good night, folks. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. All.
those grudges, ditch those judges, they're just weighing you down. Drop the haters, procrastinators, 'cause one man's smile is just another one's frown. When it's time for the end, ain't no warning, my friend. One day you're here, next stop the pearly gates. So listen close to what I'm saying. Lighten up, it's getting late. Dump collections, self-reflections, they're just covered in dust. Why obsess, worry or stress? Just ask yourself, what's the fuss? When your doctor calls you on a Sunday afternoon, gonna be a blue Monday, you'll be howling at the moon. You know you never can cheat fate. Lighten up, it's getting late. Forget bling and glitter, text and Twitter. Don't need it to make my case. Say it old school, face to face. Dump the users, soul abusers, turn and walk away. Give yourself a kick in the ass, then raise your glass. Let's toast to the past and make the most of today. Keep the faith, rise above, do the things that you love. Find a reason every day to celebrate. So listen close to what I'm saying. Lighten up, it's getting late. A blast, live it full, life goes fast. You're carrying around too much dead weight. All the simple things are all that matter. Lighten up, it's getting late. Oh, what the hell? IGL. Oh, lighten up, it's getting late.
Okay, folks, good night. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to everybody. And that's it. I'll see you next week. I'll see you Thursday.